live.
Live go.
Camera settings, widescreen. Turn the contrast down. Turn the brightness up just a little.
I'll turn you up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lucky Bat, ooh, Canine Creations, hello all. Sleepy Jester, howdy.
Well, you know what? Bye. Imagine I left.
Mm-hmm. Where's my water? Ah, it's way over there. You know what? I think my palate will be fine.
Use your mouth. Spit. There you go. Starting off strong. And speaking of starting off strong...
I was thinking about it, but I had a Thody earlier today, and I don't deserve another one.
Jeez. Well, too bad for you. I deserve one all the time, I guess. Although I feel like nobody deserves bubbly. It's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it. It's kind of like people that really like pain of any kind. That's kind of what bubbly is, but for drinks.
Just real quick checking. I'm pretty darn sure I know what green I used. But I have a video that'll tell me exactly what green I used. Boom.
You use dream green.
I'm loving this iPad. It's so cool. Look at how big it is.
Mm-hmm. And that's the smaller one. You can get a bigger one than that.
Oh God, I don't know, a bigger one than this. I mean, you might as well buy the keyboard that you can get with these and have a computer.
Yeah. Some people like the bigger one for like a drawing tablet.
Oh yeah, that's true. Primo Zemo, greetings. Mike Figley, what is the best way to get light skin on a female miniature? I use light colors. But on a more serious note, I guess take whatever, like beige or whatever your base skin tone is, and then probably just add white. Probably white with just a little bit of red mixed in, just so that it's not white, but like an off-white. Just so that it doesn't get pastel-y. And then don't be afraid to glaze on top of your stuff. That's a good way to get a really good looking skin that's really even and consistent. Is glaze your layers on top of one another. Because if you try to do it perfectly all at once, it probably won't turn out perfect. But if you just futz with it until it looks fine, then it'll probably look fine.
Here you go, folks. You got a pro tip. It's pro tips right there. Futz.
Oh, I put the green wash on first. Interesting. And then I dry brushed. Ooh, and what was that color I used with the dry brush? Man, our videos look good.
Yeah.
I can't tell, but I'm pretty darn sure it was this. Unless, did I do a palette shot at the beginning? Oh yeah, definitely this color. It was not Escorpina green. That was my other thought. But Escorpina green is like, it's too fluorescent-y. Hi everyone, I'm on vacation in Mexico, but I'm still tuning in and wishing I was painting some goobers. Nice!
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, how can you have fun on a vacation? Just stay home and paint.
Yeah, exactly.
Mysterious Automobile, hello. Dude, Daddy 8, you shill! Kid Griffin, Jay, can you do a collab with the Craftsman? The Craftsman, that sounds familiar.
I know who that is. I watched some, like, when I was just getting into resin 3D printing, I watched some of his videos.
You think we could get him?
Maybe.
Is it the Craftsman Steady Craftin'?
I don't know. It's been a while.
Probably not. This looks... Well... No, you know what? I think we have watched some of these videos. Damn.
There you go.
Some of their videos do okay, and some of them kill.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched a bunch of this guy's videos.
Yeah.
Photo transfer. God, why did I watch that one? It was a good video. I don't remember what I needed to know though. Yeah, DIY Lego decals.
Christopher Campo, I like dinosaurs. What's the best dinosaur?
Pachycephalosaurus. That's the one with the ram head.
What's the one
Wait, no, that's not right. Pachycephalosaurus. No, I'm right. It was Pachycephalosaurus.
What's the one that everyone thought was real but actually isn't? Because that's my favorite one.
Brachiosaurus. But I think they decided on real again.
I'm going to say it's not. I'm an expert in all this. I'm going to say it's not real.
It's like Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto's not real.
Somebody
You
in
can't
chat,
even see it.
back me up.
You can't even see it.
Cryo Disaster. I plan on getting Kragnos for my first model. Do you recommend specific things for kit bashing? Kit bashing Kragnos? Well, I guess it depends. Like, what do you want to do to him? Give him a sword? Give him a shield? I think he already has a shield. Give him a different shield. Rio Gonzalez, I'm using your method for the Gene Stealer Aberrants you did in a video a while back for a Blackstone character, and it's coming out great. Ah, sweet. Is that like glazing flesh tones on top of like muscles?
I like that video too. It's a good video.
Mm-hmm.
Krishna Raza. Mooshed off of you guys for long enough. I'm an EOB patron supporter now.
Woo!
Well,
Yeah! You got him!
And you got him! And today is a good day to do that because we're going to be switching over to our Patreon-only stream after this stream.
Yeah, that's where we all hop into a Discord server and we just chit-chat. And we while away the evening talking about whatever. Literally, whatever.
It usually gets wet and wild, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Games Workshop hasn't done anything.
I thought, no, there was one big video about that something got leaked, that they're bad. God, what was it called? 3D Print World? There's somebody, every time they put out a G-Dub video, it blows up.
Well, I'm just saying, like, on their Warhammer community, I feel like they...
Oh, yeah. I think they're
stuff.
shutting down. I don't think they're posting anything. I think I actually posted some Kill Team rules.
Yeah.
That was the last thing that mattered.
Great. Release the sets. Mysterious Automobile. How do you feel about pre-sculpted bases?
I like them. I think they're neat.
Boom.
I bought 2 sets of the Sector Mechanicus bases from Games Workshop. Although I ended up selling that army. Not because the bases were bad, but because I wanted to get rid of it. And I was very tempted by Fantasy Flight Games, like Death Star bases that you can buy for Legion. A couple of other makers. I know Cobra Mode has some pre-sculpted bases that are adorable. Yeah. He has some lily pads that are really fun, where the lily pad itself is the base.
Mm-hmm.
Kyo Disaster. Is there any type of artificial cloth good for making a type of clothing for models? Not really. I think you're gonna run into scale problems. I think you'd probably have better luck with maybe like a tissue with like glue mixed, like painted onto it. That'll give you something. But you could probably only do really ragged clothing like that. I think if you really wanted like to make clothing for a model, I think you'd have to go green stuff or some sort of putty that you can sculpt.
Odie man, holy crap! Nick has finally asexually reproduced via cellular splitting, according to the stream overlay. So proud of him. Thank you. It was very difficult, but I was able to achieve it.
I mean, who says it was asexual?
Mm. You know, very true.
Yoshi painting. Did y'all jump into the KS for the basing components? Kickstarter? The one we've kind of mentioned a couple times? No. Wasn't it called like a basing stuff plan A?
No, but that was terrain.
Terrain? Oh, okay.
Remember, we thought that was bits, but it's not.
Yeah, it turns out it was actually really cool. But we didn't bag it. I don't know. Like, Kickstarter seems neat, but I don't know. I don't know if I would want to... It's like a mega pre-order.
Yeah.
Because like, you really even know when you're going to get the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume with that kind of stuff, you get it immediately.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's all done.
After it's done.
Yeah, the Kill Team is just... Or the Kickstarter is just marketing.
Yeah, or like I believe with Root, they you back it and you got like all the paperwork immediately, and then once they had all the like paper products done and the little meatballs, they sent that off to you.
Yeah, so you can play immediately.
Yeah, so you can play immediately, but then you have to wait for the real boards and all that kind of stuff. Sean, Nick was successfully cloned, but unfortunately, the original died. I'd say that's kind of fortunate, honestly. RT, I heard Nick is actually a gnome that pretends to make shoes. Oh, I don't pretend. I make shoes.
You can cobble.
Oh, yeah. Been known to cobble. Mysterious Automobile, do you plan on painting some salamanders anytime soon?
No. But it's not impossible.
How much to paint some salamanders right now? 30 $3,000.
Yeah, I will go grab one of my Space Marines, prime it, and paint it right now.
There you go.
Yo, you painting? I only asked because of the cool cacti on your base. It comes with 400 basing bit STL files. Well, these are from a company called Epic Basing. And I would actually say Epic Basing's bits look just a little bit better. But,
I mean, yeah, they do. But love good epic basing.
mm-hmm. It's too bad Epic Basing didn't get it on a Kickstarter. Could have made 100 million.
Exactly. There's a painting. So is the call-in stream happening tomorrow? Yes. That's just a normal call-in stream. Essentially, we have a Discord stage that you, a bunch of people join into that. They raise their hand, and we kind of go down the list one by one, and just randomly pick people. Well, usually in order, but if you close the list, it randomly changes. So sometimes it's random. And those are always fun and always wild.
Mm-hmm.
This year's automobile. The best basing bits are the ones found at the bottom of a drawer.
Ooh, that's true. Bravo, Fell Swollen. What's your preferred method for painting metals? Like, what's on your orcs? Well, the base coat was brown. All the base coat for everything on this model was brown, and then I dry brushed on a gray, and then I washed it with Null Oil, and then I'm going to dry brush it with a lighter gray, and then I'm going to dry brush and stipple a little bit of metallic, probably a bright silver. And that top bright silver layer is going to be what makes it look like metal, even though the majority of it is going to be gray. Because gray is a lot easier to control than metallics. Because metallics are essentially glitter paint. I find that the best metallics. The best I have success-wise with metallics is to try to minimize the use of metallics. And use them as like scratches, the topmost layer, to give just a little bit of glisten. Working on a video right now all about gold. And I think it's going to be pretty cool. Thought of a lot of great jokes.
Going for gold.
Mm-hmm.
Get a Griffin. What are some epic moments from the Discord calling show? Well, there's that one time we were talking about VR.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had someone that was like a professor talk about VR. That was kind of fun and random. There was one time where someone was, I don't know, it was like they were telling a joke that was confusing and weird. I almost ended the call on them because it was awkward as hell. But then it just turned into a normal conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So that was funny. Sean was on a couple of them, actually.
That's true.
Which was fun.
Paintball and weed.
What'd you say?
Paintball and weed.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah,
Yep.
paintball and weed. That's hilarious. Having both of those jobs.
And sometimes we even just talk about like Warhammer and our armies and stuff.
Yep, and that's always fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. Oh, my favorite moment always is burping while people are talking. That is the best. I love it. Can't think of anything ruder. Getter Griffin, can we have a video on cursed painting techniques?
That idea keeps coming up in different ways, like painting on sprue, painting with your non-dominant hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think the part of the problem is like it's gonna be bad, and it's hard to stretch out jokes.
Yes.
Andy Crimson, my room is currently cleaner than it has ever been, but my painting table is completely covered in unfinished mechs. Also, hey everyone.
Yeah.
Ooh, Michael M has a great question. Nick, who is your favorite 40k lore channel?
I have never cared about the lore in my whole life, and I never will. I can tell you that much. So, I've seen some things here and there. I think I've probably seen more Age of Sigmar lore than I have 40k lore. And I don't know anything about Age of Sigmar.
Bravo, Fluellen. Will you add any rust effects or go for a clean look? Nope, very dirty. This is what the end product is going to look like. I have a little an orc spanna with rocket launcher.
Spanna. Love. Adorable.
Andrew Makzakawaki, because I'm not your typical Warhammer nerd, I just got told that I know nothing and stopped doing the hobby. Only if he knew I have been doing it since the 90s and have like 120 books. Yeah, but do you even like Warhammer?
Yeah, jeez.
Bet this guy likes Primaris.
Yeah. Yuck.
I like Primaris a lot. And Old Marines a lot.
Benjamin Reynolds. Nick is too busy hitting on everyone's mom to read the lore. That as well. That's exactly a fact. Oh yeah, by the way, all of your guys' moms say hi. So.
Calvin Glass tips. Just sending some love to you guys. I love the channel. I'm trying to get my play group to play Kill Team, but they only want to play 40k. Ooh. Well, maybe you can convince them with food. Be like, hey, if you come over, I got some oven pizzas. I know all the rules. You can bring your models. We can try some stuff out. I would say if they don't want to play Kill Team, your best bet is to make the barrier of their entry like 0. Like literally be like, hey, I know you've got those Space Marines. I've written you a Kill Team list. It'll only take 45 minutes. Let's just sit down. Let's just try it. I'll explain everything. You don't have to think. But if, because you definitely can't be like, let's play Kill Team. All right, everybody go and find all the rules, learn the rules, put together a Kill Team, maybe paint the models. Hey, then people are going to be like, nah, I'm just going to do what I've been doing. Krishna Riza, shout out to Major Kill. Love Major Kill. Good day, guys and gal. Sebastian, painting some monopose guardsmen right now. Hunted for these. Ooh, neat. Yeah, they got discontinued not too long ago.
Me too.
Mysterious Automobile, have you thought about floral bases for upcoming projects? I think some Tau or Sister or Pentia surrounded by flowers would be really cool. I've thought about doing some flower bases. I think Epic Basing has some bits. I think they have daisies or some sort of a flower. I know... what channel? Pleasant Kenobi, I think his Sisters of Battle army has flower bases. He used the they might be gamer grass, they might be green stuff world. They're grass tufts that have like colored sawdust on them to look like flower patches. He used those. Tears of painting. Yesterday I did some void blending on an orc boy. Ooh. Keita Griffin, Age of Sigmar lore is to 40k with what Mug Root Beer is to Bark. I know I read the lore from the big rule book for Age of Sigmar, and I've read
BRB.
And I've read what was it called? Soulstone? Not Gathering Storm. I read like the Age of Sigmar book. That I know, I can't remember the name of it right now. No, that's the 40k one. Although I have read Indominus, and it's fine. Pretty good. It's kind of given in two different perspectives, one from the Necron, one from the Space Marines, and the Necron perspective is pretty cool. Those
two are in the box.
Yeah, the Space Marine perspective is fine. Normal Space Marine. There's a really cool part where you keep, like, every few chapters, there would be a little short chapter from the perspective of a Destroyer Lord and, like, his, like, descent into madness. And then the moment of his death, spoiler alert, the moment of his death, his life flashes before his eyes, and he sees himself and his family back before biotransference, and he realizes that it was wrong to, like, worship death and the destruction of all life in the galaxy. It was really cool.
You could have made that all up, and I'd believe you.
Soul Wars. That was the name of the Sigmar book I read. Really, really good. I like Age of Sigmar a lot. It's neat. Just not enough time in the day.
Not enough time. God. The models are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best models that Games Workshop makes.
Absolutely.
Age of Sigmar. It's a really disappointment that we've only played one game.
And it was a fun game.
It was a fun game.
The Duke 07 got my Primaris hug pillow. I like the Firstborns having the Primaris even when the entire chapter is pretty much wiped out, but Primaris like the Blood Angels and Space Wolves. Christian Ariza, I bought this double-sided compartment case for $10 at Home Depot, and they can fit 2 Space Hulk Terminators comfortably in one pocket. For $10, it was great, cheap Space Marine travel case. Ah, cool.
That's what I think.
Calvin Glass, I keep building and pinning kill teams with no one to play with.
Mysterious Automobile. Oven pizzas late at night with the bros is the best.
The bros!
Bros. Yep, and add a little whiskey in there. Want some honey whiskey? Like fucking now. God damn. That's what I would like.
Ooh, Captain Glass, I'm painting some Orc Warbikers right now. Ooh, I love Orc Warbikers. My favorite's Orc models. I should buy it, but it's really expensive. Maybe I shouldn't buy it. I really want the old War Boss Wazdaka, the biker War Boss from Forge World. Because, I mean, that kit, it could go any day now. But it's really expensive.
Yeah.
But God, would it look good leading my force. Problem is, I also really like the Games Workshop's biker War Boss. The War Trike. So... maybe both. Maybe neither. We'll see.
KOKO disaster. Why is there such a massive split between Age of Sigmar and fantasy players? Also, I am now a Ultra fan. Hope to see more of ya. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining the Patreon.
You get a buttload of terrain.
That, oh my god.
And our undying love.
Mm-hmm. And on Saturdays we release another episode of EonsOfBattle for just for the Patreon, and
Yeah.
we switch it up between either doing a community critique of people's miniatures that you submit, or we are doing a Conflict Gavel Plus, which is where we take a look at Warhammer Plus, and we watch it, and you get to watch along with us, let's just say. And we chat about it. And this week we're actually finishing up Angels of Death. So if you want to watch Angels of Death, you might want to join the Patreon and see and watch the whole thing.
Yeah. Instead of giving Games Workshop $6, you can give us $5.
Yeah, there you go. That's business right there.
It is. And if you spend the $6 with Games Workshop, you don't get our colorful commentary.
Right. Of us making fun of the animation.
Mm-hmm. Kyo Disaster. Why is there such a massive split between Age of Sigmar and fantasy players? Also, I am now an Ultra fan. Hope to see more of you. I think there's a few reasons. Age of Sigmar is really popular. But the people who hate Age of Sigmar because fantasy ended are very loud. Yeah, fantasy just kind of petered out. Probably some of it was to do with mismanagement from Games Workshop. Some of it was probably to do with like it being like a 30-year-old game with an unbelievable number of rules. And I think Games Workshop either needed to refresh the entire game and all of its models or start a new game that could be younger and cooler and better. And so they decided to do a new game. And Age of Sigmar is really popular. But, yeah, Warhammer Fantasy fans, some of them felt like, oh, cool, I get to try new things, and some of them felt very betrayed. As North America, I'm designing one of my tanks for my war game. Ah, cool. So there's going to be vehicles. Mysterious Automobile, what would you say is the least friendly mini for beginners to paint? I would say Sisters of Battle Triumph of St. Catherine. I can't imagine how to tackle that model if you have no experience. Also, the thing is, I don't think it's a bad model, but I sort of do think it's a bad model.
I think it's
like,
bad.
It's just a diorama, which is fine, but it's not a model.
I think it's bad. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
It should just be a bunch of individual things.
Yeah, if it was individual guys that were meant to be taken as a squad, I would love it. But as like a little, is a little like
dinner
plate with just a bunch of sisters and stuff on it, it's a little weird. Yeah. Also, it's a little weird that it's just like a chunk of castle that scooches around the board because they're like descending a marble staircase. Like, I guess you could argue that with any base. Like, are these orcs on little desert pucks that slide around the battlefield? But I don't know. Somehow it feels different if it's really big.
Right.
I think I finally also decided I don't really like the Necron Silent King.
Oh, damn. Full of hot takes.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. But I don't know. It just seems like a little boring.
All right, I'll look again.
I think on Instagram I saw somebody did a really cool drawing of what they thought it could look like, and they had it where if you look at it from front on, it actually looks like a giant skull.
Oh,
that would have been sick and so doable. But instead, it kind of just looks like a weird floaty platform. Like, it doesn't really look like a throne. I don't know, it's weird. I guess maybe it's meant to kind of look like the Catacomb Command Barge, but it doesn't really look like that either. It also doesn't look like a monolith. Master Chief. Hey Jay, what size is that brush? Huge. I don't know. It's probably, if this is a size 3, it's probably a size 6. So it's a big brush. Samuel Wesson. Fantasy fans aren't upset. Anyone with a Bretonnian or Tomb King's army is upset. That is true, because those armies are dead.
Yep.
Also, Wood Elves. Yeah, Wood Elves got shafted because some people really, really think that normal humans from the forest are cool. With their bow and arrows and green clothing. I think they have, like, a bird. Super cool stuff.
Bird.
Now, Wood Elves are cool, said Miniac.
Oh, damn.
He has a Kickstarter. It looks
He
really
does.
cool. I would love to see those classes. But
Yeah.
I don't have enough money.
Mm-hmm.
Mysterious Automobile. People who are mad about fantasy being replaced with Age of Sigmar are probably upset about not being able to use their old models on the tabletop. Yeah, definitely for the armies that didn't make it over. Some fantasy armies are still included. Like all of them except Tomb Kings, Wood Elves, and the regular humans. Chris, it's just the biggest tactical rock. Yeah.
Love tactical rocks.
Captain91. Wood Elves are cool. Fantasy was just janky rank and flank doo-doo.
Wow. Hot take. Which is, I mean, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
True take. Tear step painting. Paints a Skaven Hell Pit Abomination.
Ooh, I'd like to. I love that model. But nah, I don't collect Skaven. Sean Swayer, what faction would you design if you did a Kickstarter? I probably wouldn't kickstart
Grots,
models.
Goblins, Grots.
I feel like anything I could possibly want is already out there.
I want goblins, I don't know, doing a disco dance.
Like what doesn't exist?
I just said it. Goblins doing a little disco.
I guarantee that exists.
Let's find out.
I think there is.
Honestly, there's not a lot of goblins out there that are that good.
Mhm.
There's some that are fine.
Yeah.
I think goblins are really hard to 3D print because they're small.
That's true. I don't know. Like I was gonna say, maybe make some sort of a good Star Trek game, but then Modifius Games already makes a couple of Star Trek games with miniatures. There's already a Harry Potter game. Yeah.
All right, I found dancing goblins. Let's see, what the hell is this though?
Calvin Glass, my father-in-law would be angry if he heard you talk about fantasy that way. Yeah. Also, people could keep playing fantasy if they wanted. Like I know there's communities that have continued to update the rules with the new Age of Sigmar models. You can still continue to use your 9th edition rule books and codexes. You can still use all your models. But for some reason, people seems like for the vast majority, people don't. When their game dies, they give up.
They don't have any that you can purchase. So it'd be literally perfect for a Kickstarter.
Think we'd make a 280 mil.
200. Yes.
Nice little quarter mil. PJ McMurray, does the Empire human faction still exist? No, but I think a couple of their tanks can be taken in the what's it called? Cities of Sigmar. I think a couple of the old tanks can be taken in Cities of Sigmar. And a couple of the old Empire models are still available for Cities of Sigmar. Ravens Dark Arts, how is the Warhammer Fantasy compared to 40k tabletop? Just curious. I don't really know. I've never played Warhammer Fantasy. I've never really seen it played. I know you put your stuff on movement trays, so you can't really have any terrain on the board. I know people are going to disagree.
There's models in it.
There's models in it. You roll dice. I think there's still scatter and templates, similar to old 40k. Mysterious Automobile. Based on the lore of Age of Sigmar, I feel that Stormcast Eternals should have more variation in height. I sort of disagree. The Stormcast Eternals are souls put into new bodies by Sigmar. And so I think that their bodies don't really represent who they were in life. They're just vessels. So like I could imagine like the Sigmar Marines are heroes who did a heroic thing. Like if you were potentially like a Seraphon who was doing an amazing last stand, and in your dying moment you would be pulled up, your soul would be pulled up in a lightning bolt from Sigmar and put into Sigmarite armor. And underneath that Sigmarite armor, it seems like everybody has a like human like Greek statue physique. So everybody's kind of like a peak human in magic armor, no matter what they were in life, as long as they were a good guy. So like no Skaven. In the book Soul Wars, there's some really cool parts where Sigmar Marines, Stormcast Eternals, kind of get an echo of their old lives and their old selves. It's really, really cool. And they're all actual people who've had different life experiences and different personalities. Like how all Space Marines are the same, but all Stormcast Eternals are different. And the tragedy of the Stormcast Eternal is that they're all slowly losing their memories in humanity because they keep getting remade, and every time they're remade, they lose a little piece of their soul. And Sigmar is desperately looking for an alternative to the Sigmar Marines, but he can't stop making the Stormcast or else Chaos would win, because Chaos already won, and Sigmar is trying to fix the problem. And so that's the tragedy of Age of Sigmar. Whereas in 40k, I guess the tragedy is Space Marines are evil. Sean, so Age of Sigmar is fantasy and 40k is real, correct? Yes, that is correct.
Yep. Literally nailed it.
Calvin Glass, I've converted all of my Stormcast Eternals into Blade Guard veterans for my White Scards army. There's a lot of lightning details on them. That sounds like a perfect conversion. That sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm. Raven's Dark Arts, are the Lizardmen still around in Age of Sigmar?
Yep, they just got a new model in the mega-sized, awesome Lord Croak.
Hell yeah. They're the Seraphon now.
Mm-hmm. Sean Swayers, Sigmar is a lost Primarch. No. I know, like, a million years ago, That was a rumor from Games Workshop, but no, officially he is not. Because people know who the Lost... Like, people in the world of 40k know who the Lost Primarchs were, and that they're dead, and they're not Sigmar.
They're Sigmar.
Harrison 23, how are the Space Marines evil? They are children, coerced or stolen from their homes and psycho-indoctrinated to be super powerful, deadly, ruthless soldiers who fight to protect the Imperium, although sometimes to just do bad things to the Imperium too. They don't get to have their own emotions, opinions. They don't get to retire. They don't get to have any things. They're sort of slaves. Maybe more prisoners with jobs.
Prisoners with jobs.
Yeah. But yeah, Space Marines are not really a good thing. Cryo disaster. Indeed, Age of Sigmar is actually quite depressing because the good guys lost once, and Sigmar is really just trying all he can do to not lose again. Andy Crimson. Meanwhile, the god of death, Nagash, is kind of upset at Sigmar for stealing souls from dead heroes because he wants those souls to make his own army, and their beef goes back to pre-fantasy. Ah, Nagash is hilarious. Nagash absolutely loves himself. And there's this great part where his second in command keeps acting weird because he's obviously betraying him, but Nagash is like, this guy really is acting weird. But I made him and I'm perfect, so clearly he's not going to betray me. Sean, so do tell, who are the Lost Primarchs and why are they lost? I think the information known about them is that they are dead, and I think nobody knows what happened to them except the Primarchs.
Wow. How convenient.
That's it.
How convenient.
Tear, except painting, Tau are the good thing. That is true, Tau are probably the best of the bunch. Although they are also a little bit mind-controlled by the Ethereal class, except for Commander Farsight. Commander Farsight is probably the freest and goodest faction in 40k. And they're really cool. And they have red armor. Deep Dark 30s, Space Marines are Thunder Warriors, 1.25 patch. That's a good point. I know there were Thunder Warriors, and then they were replaced by Space Marines. And then Space Marines were replaced by Primaris. And everyone was like, nuh-uh! Even though they're the same thing. Primaris are the exact same thing as regular Space Marines.
No. No Primaris. No Primaris.
Raven's Dark Arts, what's your favorite Warhammer Fantasy and 40k armies? I really like Black Templar Space Marines, and Seraphon is my favorite Warhammer Fantasy army.
I like Gloomspite Gits, and I like Orcs.
Calvin Glass.
Just a big fan of the Orcs in general.
Are Krootox good in Kill Team? The Krootox is the best model the Tau or the Kroot have access to by far. I wish that they could take 2, because 1 is usually not enough to make the difference.
Yeah.
Still don't feel like it mixed properly.
Maybe you need a
it's
vortex
okay.
mixer.
It's a good point. Yeah, I'll Amazon one. It'll prime here by Monday.
Yeah. Well, no, it'll be here by the end of the stream. Sean still thinks salamander is a lame name. May as well be geckos.
Well, the reason they're called the salamanders is because there's fire salamanders on Vulcan, the planet of their origin, and the salamander is part of their culture.
Sounds lame. I'm on Sean's side. It's more fun being on Sean's side than being right. Not that Sean is wrong, but... GeForce member 45. More orcs. Agreed.
Morks.
Morks. Sean, well, now I know. Chris, Brotherhood of the Gecko, and give you 15% on car insurance during your movement phase.
15 minutes could save you 15% on Exterminatus.
And what is your guys' take on the Tau Manta?
It's kind of cool looking. I wouldn't mind a little one for like Aeronautica Imperialis, but I don't know, it's just too big. Too much money. Like it'd be like hard to pick up. Like you pick it up and you're like, this is heavy. I don't want to hold this. It doesn't have a good swoosh factor. I need my models to have a good swoosh factor so I can run around my house going. You just can't do that if you're holding a 15-pound lump of fragile resin.
Yeah, exactly. It just doesn't make any sense.
Sovereign question, how much money do we have to give you guys to do battle reports? We're going to do battle reports. We're working on battle reports, and the best way to support us is by becoming a member of our Patreon, because that gives us, that helps us do all the things we want to do.
Mm-hmm. It's hard, because we've never done it before, so they take a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We say this every so often, but you know, we've done our like our Wednesday videos where Jay paints a thing. And the first one we ever did took forever to do.
Yeah, like days.
Because we had no idea what we were doing, and now we're busier than ever, and we have to learn a brand new thing to do. So it's taking a bit.
GeForce member 45. Yes, you can. You just have to be careful. Okay, so GeForce member 45 can apparently swoosh around a manta.
Well then.
Raven's Dark Arts. Actually, there is a custom Tau army my stepdad's working on that replaces Kroot with lizardmen. So instead of Krootoxes, it's the Crocodilians with a stake on its back, and you're a great painter. Oh, thank you. Primo Zemo, hey guys, I just joined the Patreon. How do I join the Discord?
Well, look at that. I'm going to send you this article in the chat. Bam. That's how you do it. You just have to link your Discord to your Patreon account. It's in the settings, and then you get access to the Discord chat.
Omnion, I just watched your video on the best and worst Forge World kits. Surprised the Manta didn't show up. Yeah, I think I did. The Manta didn't show up because I put the Warlord Titan on the worst list because it's just irresponsibly expensive. And so if I had put the Manta on there too, it would have been the same thing, just way too expensive. Captain Glass, will there be Kill Team battle reports? Absolutely. GeForce Memory 5. Get them gains at the gym, Jay, or use the Manta as the weights. That's true.
Just swinging around just like a kettlebell. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Add a handle to it and just start.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Neon, yeah, it is hefty. Yeah, isn't it like 15 pounds? Calvin Glass, I am primarily a Sister of Battle player, and I hope that eventually Celestian Saints get added to Kill Team. Almost certainly not going to happen. Kill Team is all about troops fighting troops, and Saints are elites. But you can play with regular Sisters, Sisters Repentia, Argoflagellants, or Sisters Novitiates. So those are the options available. But yeah, I definitely don't think Saints are going to get added to the game. Mysterious Automobiles. The Titans are cool, but it really shouldn't be that price. It's a borderline scam. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it should be way more money.
Our collector, but commandos are elites too. That is true. That is true. But they're not that powerful. like commandos are the same thing as orcs, but they can infiltrate. So I feel like that's kind of why they fit into Kill Team, whereas the Saints are like regular Sisters of Battle, but with tons of awesome weapons.
And speaking of awesome weapons, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
That means we're going to be switching over to our Patreon-only stream after we take a little pee break in between here. But yeah, we also have our Patreon exclusive shows coming up is coming up tomorrow. So we finished up our Angels of Death coverage. So you gotta join the Patreon for all of that. We also have our call-in stream, our normal call-in stream tomorrow. So if you are a pleb and not part of the Patreon, you can call in and chat with us on that. We have you can join our Discord. You raise your hand on the stage, and then we pick people from the list to talk to for about 5 minutes. That's always a lot of fun. But if you want to chat with us now, and you want to chat with all the other nerds, you got to join the Patreon now.
Yeah.
We're switching over to that. But we're back with another live stream tomorrow, so join us for that.
All right, everybody. Good night, except for the patrons.
Yeah. Good night.